Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 19 of Mike and Dave Hit the Stage. I am Dave.
I'm Mike.
And today we're going to be talking about the Old Man Moshpit.
This was one of the first lists we came up with, and we haven't used it yet.
Yeah, we were kind of holding on to it to see how it would progress.
Right.
And I think this is the perfect time to bring it up because it's time we talked about how fucking old we are.
And let me tell you something. We got a couple old ones on here.
Oh yeah, there's some of these go all the way back to the beginning, to the beginning of thrash and heavy metal, and as far as mosh pits go, not quite, because punk.
Yeah, well, I got
slam dancing. I have predates.
I have one on here that's from I'm almost positive. I'm not gonna look it up right now.
It's right in the middle.
I'm pretty sure it's like 1982.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's right in the middle of the list.
Yeah.
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 Can you tell?
Which one?
Can you tell? No. Can you tell what I think of it already?
Oh, well, you have whatever. You don't understand.
I won't, but I will.
Yeah.
So let's jump into the list.
Do it.
I think this starts with you.
Yes, it does.
Which is really funny.
Why?
Because we picked two songs from the same album.
Yes.
Because we're idiots. We actually picked two songs not only the same album, we picked one song
that was exactly
the same song.
Yeah.
And I changed mine.
Okay.
And
we'll bring it up when it comes up.
Yeah, but this starts with The Art of Shredding by Pantera.
Yeah.
Off the album Cowboys from Hell. First real album from Pantera. I don't care about I Am the Night and Project in the Jungle. They're not.
No.
The Terry Glaze stuff is not Pantera.
No. It's not what people know Pantera for.
And it shouldn't, because it's not Pantera. This is the beginning of groove metal.
Right.
And the what we consider the southern style of heavy metal.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who's ever played a blues lick on a metal guitar with heavy distortion is trying to sound like Dime.
Yeah.
If you've ever tried to squeal, you're trying to sound like either Steve Vai or Dime.
Yeah.
Or Eddie Van Halen.
Mm-hmm. What about Zakk Wylde? Doesn't he do it too?
Yeah, but Zakk Wylde wanted to be Dime.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason he's playing with the current lineup of Pantera, which I found a video of him explaining the problems with Phil.
Yeah.
The things that happened years back that I take umbrage to. And he's like, yeah, that was stupid. I don't know why he did that. And it was closer to that event.
Yeah.
He goes, he's going to have a lot of apologizing. He's probably going to lose some shows over it. Mm-hmm. And it took a long time for the people to notice, but now it's starting to show up. And that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
I have no sympathy for Phil.
Yeah.
Personally, as far as how he acts towards other people. But I don't want to see people lose money. And I don't want to see anybody hurt.
Yeah. And I don't see.
I think it was done out of ignorance.
I don't think it was.
It wasn't tongue in cheek.
It was stupid. No, it was stupid.
Yes,
but I don't think he has those views.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
I don't think he has an opinion.
Right.
Which is not opinion is fine, but that action is very negative.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to hurt him for a while.
Mm-hmm. But even so, it's funny because we still.
Everybody wants to be Pantera,
and we still pick songs from these. We both independently picked Pantera songs for this list.
Yes, independently. We hadn't spoke about it.
Right.
Didn't collaborate.
That's the thing about these lists is that we don't tell each other what we're going to put on it until we send it to each other. We tell each like from the beginning. We come up with a list, a title, and then it's the interpretation of either me or you.
Yep.
How we feel, what it means to us. So sometimes the meaning is completely different for both of us.
Yes. I've missed the mark more than once. And so have you.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I think that's funny.
Yeah.
I think that's also a charm into these lists.
Yeah, yeah.
Into and of itself, it's a charm about these lists.
But the reason why I picked The Art of Shredding is because it's the epitome of a mosh pit song to me.
Absolutely.
It has the part at the end where they put it in the song for moshing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the only part I can play on a guitar.
Really?
Yeah, that end part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to mouth the word.
I was going to, but I said, nope, not doing it. Not doing it.
We do it all the time to each other.
Dun, dun, yeah. I'm not doing it.
It's too easy. We do it to each other. I knew bands that communicated in that.
In that dun dun dun. Yeah. Oh yeah.
There was a band that used to come to Roxy. They were Colombian.
Yeah.
And they had kicked out their, I think he was their lead guitarist. Mm-hmm. And they got this guy Makoto. Makoto's Japanese.
Yeah.
Doesn't speak Spanish. All of them barely spoke English.
Right. So they had to talk to each other phonetically.
In rhythms. No. That's how they spoke to each other when writing music.
Right.
I'm like, this is inappropriate. 1, 2, it's borderline racist.
Why?
Because they're just making sounds at each other.
Yes, but it's
the universal language.
Right. We've all done it, like you said.
The universal language of music.
Yes. See? Not the only one.
No, you're not the only one. And we do it. I've done it with Mike, and for some reason.
Yes, we've all done it. Do that part. What part? That one where you went.
Mike and I have done this where I'll say what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And
he'll interpret it in his voice in his head.
Yeah.
And he'll get it wrong, but he gets it more right than I got it.
Yeah.
Because it's Mike. It's Mike. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, I know. But this song is this whole album.
I was going to say, this is a nonstop energy album.
Yeah.
The only thing that slows down is Cemetery Gates, and even that.
Yeah.
That goes full speed towards the end.
And I if I pick. I love this. I don't know if we have any songs left on this album.
Yeah, The Sleep, Medicine Man, Message in Blood.
Because every Pantera song we've done is one off this album. And I was just telling Dave right before we did this, I was like, fuck. I was like, I
have a playlist.
There's so... Mouthful War. Another one where I'm going to pit eventually on every list is going to be a Mouthful War song. You know? Vulgar Display of Power. I'm sorry, the Mouthful War is the first song.
So I have a funny story about surgery.
Yeah.
I have a playlist that's like songs that got me through pain.
Yeah.
And one of the worst pains I had been through at the time as a teenager was knee surgery.
Yeah.
And I went under listening to Vulgar Display of Power. No, Vulgar Display of Power.
Yeah.
And By Demons Be Driven.
That's what you went under to?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Good thing you don't dream when you go under.
Oh yeah. God. The closest thing you'll ever experience to time travel is having to go under for surgery.
God, yeah.
It's like, and it's 6 hours later.
Yeah, when I had my ankle surgery, and I was in recovery, and Mary Jane came to see me, and I was like, so how long was it? She was like, I've been out there 4 hours and 45 minutes or whatever. I was like, what?
That's it. That's not bad. When I had abdominal surgery, when they went to do the reversal, they went in with the scopes rather than cutting me open again.
Yeah.
Because I have a 13-inch incision on my abdomen. It's gross. But when they went in with the scopes, 13 scope holes. Yeah. And they kind of had a window to what they could do. And it took them 4 hours longer than they expected. And it was almost 8 hours of surgery. Yeah. Which, think about your full workday being focused on this tiny little area.
No, I can't.
I
can't. I don't know how surgeons do it.
I don't know either. And I work with surgeons. I've worked with neurosurgeons. I've worked with orthopedists. Yeah. Urologists they're the ghouls. They're really.
There's a commercial on.
Oh, no.
I think it's on News 12, so you're not going to see it on like normal. It's a Long
Island only thing.
Yeah, but first off, the beginning of the commercial,
because you're laughing too hard.
At the beginning of the commercial, you don't realize what he's talking about. He's a doctor talking about. Then he talks about penile problems. I think he's talking about erectile dysfunction. Yeah. But he looks like, I tell Mary Jane all the time, I'm like, this is the creepiest fucking looking guy I've ever seen.
Like he's gonna start checking your teeth,
right?
Asking if it's safe.
If I walked in and that guy's my urologist, I'm going, nope, not you, because you're gonna enjoy looking at it.
Anybody else?
Yeah. You're going to enjoy looking at it. Yeah, I'm going to pass out and my pants will be on backwards or something. It's not happening, not you.
What time is it? Not going to happen o'clock.
Yeah. Nope.
How did we get to urology?
I don't know.
Oh, surgery.
Because
surgery paints
I want to talk about being old.
Yeah. You want to do it? You want to do it?
What?
You want to talk about how old we are?
Why?
because I got some stories.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, remember, my colon's ruptured. I've had to have surgery for that.
Oh.
I am one of the few people in the world who, under the age of 35, had to have a double colonoscopy.
What the fuck's a double?
Okay, so, normally when
we
they
really
do a
gonna do this?
colonoscopy... Yeah, we're going to do it.
Right.
Normally when they do a colonoscopy, they go...
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't pooping out of there at the time because I had the colostomy. No, they went...
They had a finger cuff.
They had to check... Kind of. Little Chinese finger cuff, fuck all the way off. Shatner style. I fucking hate Shatner.
Oh, God, here we go.
No, so they have to go in what they call the traditional route.
Yeah.
And then because I had the ostomy, because my colon had ruptured, they disconnected everything. They went in through there as well.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah.
So they had to check where I was connected
right,
to make sure nothing was crazy.
And what was in the middle.
Yeah. Well, there was nothing in the middle. There was 12 inches of disconnected space because they had cut a foot of my colon out. I'm missing 12 inches of my colon.
I'm just thinking about...
How this is going to sound?
Yeah, we were talking about music.
Yeah, there was music playing.
Oh, good.
I guarantee every time I'm in the OR, the doctor's like, okay, put on my music. And it's the fucking worst.
Oh.
I'm like, doctors have terrible taste in music. One doctor was listening to the Dave Matthews Band. I almost leaned over and said to the patient, "You're going to die tonight."
It's over. It's over. He's going to fall asleep listening to this shit.
He's tapping his foot.
Oh,
You're
Jesus.
going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the doctors, he makes the mistake of putting on his phone for music, and it plays what he normally
Don't
plays
they
in the
usually
car.
ask what the patient likes, though? That's what they did.
No.
They did with Mary Jane when she had the
Because you're
baby.
having a baby.
Oh.
Because she was not out.
Out, yeah.
I mean, these...
Oh, so it's for,
these
it
surgeries,
makes sense.
patients
It's
are
for them.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one doctor, we're doing an exam. Because of hospital policies, I'm not going to talk about exactly what was done and who the doctor was. But this doctor, he's a douche.
Okay.
He said, "Okay, can you just somebody hit play on my phone?" And Madonna's Lucky Star started playing. I'm like,
And you had to be in the...
Were you singing along to this in the car, buddy? And he's like, "Don't judge me." I go,
Yeah.
"I'm not judging you. You've been judged."
Yeah, it's far beyond that, buddy.
Yeah. Anyway, so Pantera, we've been focusing on the first album. I think we're just gonna have to go album by album. But
I don't know.
we're gonna end up doing it because even if you go with up to the last Pantera album, oh crap,
I don't know. I lost. Again, another one that I just dropped off.
Reinventing the Steel.
Yeah.
Was the last Pantera album.
Yeah. Reinventing the Sound Like Manowar album.
It didn't sound like Manowar to
No,
me.
I mean the fucking name of the album.
Oh God.
Reinventing the Steel. What the fuck does that mean?
I think it was they couldn't think of anything better, and they were still dealing with Phil as a problem.
Oh, okay.
Because that last tour, he was a problem.
Yeah.
And then they were going to do another album. He was too much of a problem, and Jerry Cantrell told Dime, just do it as somebody else.
Yeah.
New band name.
Yeah.
Don't make it a Pantera thing. Get your guys together and put this album, because he had everything recorded except for vocals, and Phil was dragging his ass.
Yeah.
And it was bass and vocals. They didn't have a bassist set, and they didn't have bass tracks because they hadn't gotten Phil's, or they didn't have Rex.
Yeah.
And it ended up being that they got this guy Bob Zilla. I hate his stupid name. I hate it. But he's a good bassist.
Yeah.
He did the bass tracks, and they got Pat Latchman, who dropped off of Halford's tour to jump from guitar to vocals to do Damage Plan.
Yeah.
And they created Damage Plan.
Oh, okay.
Everyone thought the band was going to be called Newfound Power. That was just the name of a song. It was awesome. Yeah, we could go through the entire... we'll call it the Abbott Brothers collection.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's all pretty good.
Yeah.
Except for that David Allen Coe album, because David Allen Coe is a piece of shit.
Yes.
It's country and metal. I get the idea, but you picked a piece of shit to work with.
Right.
And they're not... Dime and Vinny were not like that.
Yeah.
And it sucks that they get lumped in. Because they're from Texas. They got the stars and bars and
Right. You get stuck with that.
yeah. And thankfully we've grown away from that. The Confederate flag. I think it was that point where people started pointing out. You guys know that the Confederacy was only around for like 8 years.
Right.
Gay marriage has been legal for like 10. You're a little embarrassing.
Yeah.
So let's jump to the next track.
All right.
Because Pantera's too easy. We're kissing.
I know.
We're just kissing their ass.
I know.
You got to motherfuck. Not Vinny. Well, you motherfuck Vinny a little, but you really motherfuck Phil. But now we're going to talk about the first Metallica album.
Okay.
Kill 'em all. This is the Four Horsemen.
I have a story about.
I have a story too, but you please go first.
Kill them all. Kill them all. I almost said, Jesus Christ. Kill them all. So.
Kill them all, Sonny.
First off, this song has a misheard lyric by Brian Crean, the bass player of Sudden Fear. We were talking about.
The great Brian Crean.
Yes. We were.
Feeble finger reaching. One day. I'm doing it now. I hope somebody screenshots and adds him from the top. Touching down. I want you to know, if you're out there and you're hearing me, please do it. Because I am feeble finger reaching. Please, I'm going to put it up right there. Just put him reaching down and touching my finger.
So.
It's not a butterfly, but it's close.
He said growing. Yeah, I know. God, did I send you those? Did you?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Your
God,
wife
you
did.
still have them? Oh,
Actually,
no.
your wife sent them to me.
Yeah.
And I saved them.
Of course you did.
Because, not to use against you, just because they're hilarious. She sent me two. She sent me two of those and a whole bunch of others.
Is it it's the butterfly?
The butterfly.
And which other one?
I think it's the world.
Oh.
Anyway.
And then my brother-in-law had me touching my finger, and he had it 8x10 on the mantle.
I would have gone that big.
Yeah.
Like Thomas Kincaid. What is that?
I don't know.
24 by 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have done it that big.
So it's he growing up he thought it was chew your face at night.
Oh, you know what? I didn't hear that.
I think I've
but
brought
I can
that up
understand.
before. But yeah.
My Metallica story is far less interesting.
Oh no, I have another one too about Kill 'Em All. But go ahead, do yours.
This song's was written by Dave Mustaine.
Yes, it's Mechanics.
Yeah, because he got kicked out of Metallica, he used the riff and kept it at what we now know as early Megadeth speed.
Yeah,
and made Mechanics.
Yeah,
which the song sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It's lacking the pace.
Yeah.
Another thing is that Cliff decided the pace of the song,
and his lyrics are terrible.
Oh, absolutely. That's the cocaine days.
Yeah.
You can feel the cocaine energy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Cocaine energy for all your energy needs. I don't know. It was terrible.
But so Kill 'Em All. Back in 91, maybe. Yeah, probably around that. I got my first CD player.
Okay.
It's a 5-disc changer. Right, for my birthday.
I had a 3.
And my dad wanted to buy me some CDs for it. So he asked me for a list. And the first CD I got, the first CD I ever owned, was Kill 'Em All. And I'll never forget telling my dad, he goes, what CDs do you want? And I told him, Dad, get me Metallica, Kill 'Em All. And he goes, what? I go, yeah, the name of the album's Kill 'Em All. And I don't think anything of it. And I think about it now as an adult and as a parent. And if my kid asking me something like that, I think I would be a little questioning. He didn't. He got it. It was awesome. We listened. You know? He didn't like, but...
I understand that. This was not my first Metallica album.
Mm-hmm. Well, this wasn't my first Metallica album.
My dad, when I got this, he goes, "That's kind of cool."
What?
And my dad has his styles all over the place. Spanish music, heavy metal. My dad got me into Black Sabbath. Like he's like, "Oh, you like Black Sabbath? Here, listen to this."
Yeah.
My dad has vinyl in the basement.
Yeah.
A Black Sabbath on vinyl. One of my favorite things is when I told him the album title. He goes, "Oh, I love that term."
Yeah.
He goes, but the next album better be "And Let God Sort 'Em Out."
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because the full term is "Kill 'Em All and Let God
Sort 'Em Out." Yeah.
Which is a military phrase that he is very fond of.
Right.
Yeah, he was always like, the imagery is a little rough. He did not like, because my dad's very religious now. He does not like the cover of Master of Puppets.
Really?
Crosses. It's a
cemetery, isn't it?
But the idea of the military shitting on the military, and he has a lot of mixed feelings.
Yeah.
You know, the combination of patriotism and religion, and they go after all of that.
Yeah.
You know, even on this album, they're still hitting pretty hard subjects.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for one of the first real thrash albums out there.
Right.
You know, they are the fathers of modern day thrash metal.
Which is shocking. When you put this on, I can't believe we haven't done more Metallica.
we don't talk about them enough. And because they've been shit on from the Black Album forward, we forget how influential these albums were. We were talking, I showed you before, Diamond Head, the band that influenced Metallica.
Trying to sound like Metallica.
Now they try to sound like Metallica
when
to the point where they play their version of a song that Metallica covered. They try to play it as heavy as Metallica.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to how influential Metallica is.
Right.
Because the remake in 2020, it was either 20 or 21, when they put out that recording, they also put out a recording of, I think it was not Jump in the Fire. It's one of the songs off this album.
Yeah.
They covered Metallica. Maybe
Whiplash?
No, it wasn't Whiplash.
No.
I forget what it was. But the fact that it's
Metal Militia?
No. You know, I was going to say this is a not skip album. I could skip that song.
Really?
It's not douchey, but I could skip it.
No, it is Thunder and Leather.
Thunder and Leather. Yeah. Have we not established that some songs mean some stuff you don't think they mean?
I don't think that means anything.
Judas Priest, what? Hail Halford.
Yeah.
You know, Thunder and Leather. You never know, and it's not my place to judge.
Yeah.
That song's a little douchey. It's a little douchey. Not as douchey as what's the song from Ride the Lightning that we picked for our Escape.
I told Scott McPartland, I hung out with him the other day.
Was he giggling?
And I told him that I put Escape on it, and he was like, perfect.
It's good that we can recognize these guys as being pioneers.
Yeah, of course. Listen, for as much as Metallica was one of the first heavy metal bands I listened to.
And having more roster changes before they became known.
Right.
And then having almost none after. Mm-hmm. And the only ones were after tragedy or someone leaving the band.
Right.
Because they had Rob McGovney on bass. Mm-hmm. They got rid of Ron or he left. Mm. I think he was on his way out. He had a drinking problem. Mm-hmm. They all did, but he was the one who recognized it first. And they got Cliff.
Yeah.
And then they got rid of Dave Mustaine and they got Kirk Hammett from Exodus.
Yeah. Who
are on this list.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spoil it. They're on this list. They're thrash icons. They should have been part of the Big Four because they are more important than Anthrax. No offense to Anthrax.
No, you're right. I love Anthrax.
Yeah. I love Anthrax.
Jinx.
Yeah. Coke. Motherfucker.
Go on.
But these guys were pioneers. And, you know, when you think about what was going on, and they moved to accommodate Cliff. They moved up north. Specifically.
Yeah.
They moved from L.A. to the Bay Area.
Yeah.
To accommodate for Cliff.
Really? Huh, I didn't know that.
If you heard Cliff play.
Yeah.
I'll move where you live. Let's do this, please.
You want to be in this band?
And unfortunately, his career was cut short by a bus accident.
A card pull. Is that true?
What?
The card, they drew cards?
No.
It's not, right?
It's probably not true. Here's the thing. Amongst them, whatever stories there is
right,
we only know what the facts are.
Right.
And the fact is, there was a terrible bus accident.
Right, and
he was crushed by a bus.
Yeah.
He was dead before they ever tried to move the bus.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate part of the end of Cliff Burton.
Yeah.
And then they too quickly grabbed Jason Newsted from Flotsam and Jetsam, another thrash band that really didn't get enough attention, but mostly because they lost their bassist to Metallica.
Yeah.
That's really the most thing
Which
we
is
know about
surprising. Like, if you think about it, why didn't that propel them? Like, ooh, this guy came from this band.
Yeah. And he was... Shit on Jason all you want for playing with a pick. He's a phenomenal bassist.
Yeah.
He can play with his fingers. I've seen him play with his fingers.
I've seen you play with your fingers.
I have. That's right. Yeah. I don't know where you were going with that.
I have no idea.
I was going there. I was going to say about your friend who played with Frankenstein 3000.
Eric, yeah.
Eric. So he plays with a pick. Mm-hmm. I can't play with a pick.
No?
I don't play well. Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound good when I do it. It sounds like a new person playing bass.
Yeah.
And he doesn't sound like that. He's a good bassist. I've been playing with my fingers so long, I don't understand how to play with a pick problem. I know.
Can't do it.
Imagine if I said I was using my thumb.
I don't know. Come on. I've said many of them in the past couple episodes.
Didn't you say you were all wet one day? Enjoy that. Live with that. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
As I was saying it, I was like, don't say you're wet.
Don't say it out loud. Why am I saying this?
And then there was another one. I said the next episode. I don't remember what it was.
I've already forgotten. So it couldn't have been that bad, but it'll be in clips. I guarantee it'll be in clips. We're terrible. But yeah, learning to play finger style. It's not better. It's not better. What does that sound? I think you popped a lung.
Because you keep trying to make it better and it's not.
So playing
playing
that way.
Just playing the bass.
I never learned how to play with a pick properly. I also never learned how to slap. I broke him.
Stop. It's not even funny anymore. It's just making me laugh.
I don't know why.
I don't know. Okay.
He's got the bedtime sillies.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're right? You're right. All right. We're good. So, yeah. Eric's awesome. He's a great bassist. I love his bass tone.
Yeah.
They put on a really good show. I can't play like that.
Yeah.
I never learned to play pick style like that. Never did. And I've been trying to, and it still sucks.
Yeah.
Anybody have advice? Just send me a message. You can find me. You see what this looks like. Figure it out. We'll throw information at the end. So, yeah, everyone wants to be like Cliff. Everybody learned a Metallica song. I guarantee you've either sung or tried a Metallica song.
Oh yeah. I think one of the prerequisites to playing in UFK was playing like what the hell's that song? I don't remember. Whatever.
I'm trying to think.
It was one of the For Whom the Bell Tolls. For Whom the Bell Tolls.
The first song I learned how to play on bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't knock it. I always say the recording of it is good. Mm-hmm. The live versions with Cliff were better.
Yeah.
Robert Trujillo's is better than that.
Yeah.
You know, I know that's sacrilege. Robert Trujillo has a very specific style.
I haven't seen them live with him.
I haven't seen live. I've seen live video, but I've never seen them live at all.
Oh, you never? I've seen Metallica once.
I will not spend that money to see them live.
And I have a story for that too. It was a girlfriend at the time, and she called into K-Rock. They were giving away free tickets.
I just thought of Opie and Anthony.
They were giving tickets away. What?
I just thought of Opie and Anthony.
$100,000.
No, not the fake ones. They people would call the line after hours and they'd answer it.
Oh yeah.
And they'd be like, "What are you willing to do for tickets? Like, would you kill a man?"
Donna wants to know. Ruminated Donna Summers. But yeah, so I won't name the DJ because I heard him later on in his career, and he was like he sounded. They made him sound cool on K-Rock, but he was like kind of a
jerk.
Yeah, and like pathetic. But long story short, one of my ex-girlfriends told him that she would send naked pictures of herself to him, and he was like, "All right." So he sent the tickets out, and she never sent them.
Yeah, that's the smart move.
Yeah. So I went.
If you're gonna barter, get the thing you want before you send the tickets.
I had pretty decent.
And I'm glad she did it that way, and I'm glad she won.
Yeah.
She won out over all of it.
Yeah. She and we had pretty decent pictures. Seats to see Metallica.
You always like we had pretty decent pictures to send.
Yeah.
Jackass.
We didn't, but
yeah, whatever.
But yeah, but so I saw Metallica. I forget what tour. It was. It was one where the stage fell down and people at first started freaking out when they thought it was real.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, it was at one point where like stanchions fell and they had like stuntmen like jumping off and people thought it was real at first.
Was that the Cunning Stunts tour?
What?
The Cunning Stunts.
I don't think so.
It's a twist on words because it's stunning cunts.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did that.
Yeah, I don't know.
With a group that actually had a legit accident on stage.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd be a little more sensitive.
No, they weren't.
You know, you light your singer on fire. You think you'd be a little.
No, no. It looked pretty real too when it happened. So I can only imagine the first couple shows when people were like, "Holy shit!" You know?
I just witnessed the death of a band.
Yeah, right.
That's terrible. That's Great White.
Yeah. What? Oh.
Great White killed 103 of 105 of their fans.
Terrible, dude.
It was terrible.
Terrible.
That's what happens when a band forgets that they have shrunk from a stadium tour to a club tour
band.
and tries to use pyro.
Right.
No bands, I'm going to say this, unless you're playing Red Rocks, you shouldn't be using fire.
No, inside, no.
No pyrotechnics, no sparks, no. You don't need any of
Right,
that.
like yesterday, smoke. There was smoke yesterday.
Little smoke, maybe some lights.
Yeah.
Funny story about Joe from Roxy. If when he was doing sound and stuff at Blackthorn, if the band sucked, he'd blast them with smoke.
Really? That's pretty funny.
I watched an entire set. You couldn't see the band. They were just in a cloud the whole time.
That's funny.
Because I think they were dicks.
Yeah.
He was just like, fuck them.
Fuck these guys.
Love you, Joe. You've been really good to us. You've been helping me a lot with computer stuff when it comes to recording. On our way.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna go to Life of Agony.
Yeah.
From the album River Runs Red. Mm-hmm. And this is Underground.
Yes.
This is Moshpit Central.
Dude, this was the first show I ever went to.
Really?
1994, L'Amour's in Brooklyn.
That's home court advantage for me.
I know. I get Phil from Chaos Groove, Keith Sufert, right?
Kiki.
And we're gonna go see this band, Life of Agony. They're from Brooklyn. They just came out with a new album, River Runs Red. I go out and I buy it. Dave, when I tell you this CD did not leave my CD player in my car.
I was gonna say the 5-disc changer.
No, not that one. No, the CD in my had a 94. Yeah, I had just got in my car. I must have had one of those. That's what it is. I had the Discman probably with the tape.
The tape.
Either way, this thing did
I'm trying to figure out your age by the year. I'm still working on it.
Yeah. 94, I was 17.
Okay.
So I had it didn't come out of my CD player for 6 months. Did you burn a hole in it? No.
I've damaged
I still have that CD to this day. The only thing I don't like about that album is the little interludes. I mean, I understand it's telling a story.
Yeah.
But those little interludes between the songs, I think it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't like those only because it stops the music.
It puts but I think sometimes those are necessary to give you a moment to process what you just heard.
Right.
And they can. Sometimes that's necessary. Sometimes it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't mind that on this album.
Yeah?
It's like because of Caius, the band Caius.
Yeah.
Stoner Rock, they have their album Welcome to Sky Valley. Has instructions on the disc.
Yeah.
It says listen without interruption.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So the first time I listened to it, I followed the instructions.
Yeah.
And it was important because it all kind of flows. It's only 4 tracks, but there's like 9 songs.
Yeah.
And they flow into each other and they flow in specific ways.
Right.
So the idea of listening without interruption became kind of important.
Yeah.
And then I started listening to albums beginning to end to process them.
Yeah.
To hear how the artist intended you to hear their music. Because track selection matters.
Oh, of course.
The track order matters.
Right.
And that's why sometimes I move stuff around in the
well,
playlist.
you gotta think about it. When this album came out, the first song is This Time, and that opening riff, it catches you, it grabs you, and I'm like, wow.
It's the grab before the headbutt.
Yeah. Literally, this album, I'm telling you, 6 months at least didn't come out of my CD player. And then when I saw them, it's my first show. And you know who opened for them?
Who?
Clutch.
It's just
I didn't even realize.
Non-stop circle of
bands. I didn't even realize at that point that Clutch opened for them. And then I found Clutch later, and I went, wait a minute.
I've seen these guys before.
I was like, wait a minute, this sounds real familiar. And I went back, and I'm pretty sure if I look, I still have the ticket stub. Because back then you had ticket stubs.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it had the names of the bands on the bottom. And, it's Life of Agony in big letters. And then underneath, I'm pretty sure Clutch is on there. But that place, right? The opening bands went on. They were good, this and that. And then the lights go out. And you remember L'Amour's.
Yeah.
Bro, the whole place went fucking nuts. Because I think they might have opened with This Time.
That sounds about right.
Place, they either opened with that or River Runs Red. Either one.
Yeah.
And the dude, my first show, and I'm in the middle of the pit. There's nowhere to go.
It was one of those things. L'Amour's had a problem. I would call it a problem now because I'm old and cranky.
Yeah.
But there were sometimes
there was nowhere to go. There was nowhere to get away. Yeah, there's nowhere to get away.
We used to joke that if the band was heavy enough, that the pit would go around the bar.
Yes.
Slayer played L'Amour's once as like a secret show.
Yeah.
And guys came to school the next day, black eyes.
Yeah.
Because there was nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to right.
And like you were getting, you just go with the flow and around and around, and it was just, it wasn't like a circle pit. That's just how everyone was moving.
Yeah.
Now as an adult, it's like this is fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
But it was also the time where if somebody fell, you pick them back up.
Pick him up. Yeah.
That's not the way it is anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that guy's down.
Oh,
let's see if we
let's
can
keep
dogpile
walking
him.
over him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this that's why this is on here, and this song in particular is just it's that crunch. It's that it's the slow groove.
Yes, and groove. We started with Pantera talking about groove. Mm-hmm. These guys are all groove.
Yeah.
And just Mina's voice is just super powerful.
Yeah. And I could have picked this album. I picked this album for a reason, but then even with I know they got shit for their later albums, but even those albums, you had to understand that they
shit. They're not bad.
Well, because they started out. The thing is, when you excuse me, when you come out in New York as a heavy band, you're almost, but you're also. I feel like back then you were I don't want to say lumped in, but they called Life of Agony New York hardcore. They started out technically as a hardcore band, and then you come out with their second album, and it's completely different. It's more rock. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's heavy, but it's not
that
this heavy. And people are like, oh, and I was like, but I still,
everyone's a poser.
It's the evolution of a band.
Yes, and the evolution is what makes it interesting.
Right.
There are a couple things on here where we talk about evolution, and it's for the better.
Oh yeah.
And this is if you look at this as a almost like a baseline.
Yeah.
Everything they've done since then has been a change from this. And
yes.
I think not necessarily for the better, but in a different way.
Almost every album has sounded different.
Which is another thing you say about Clutch, where they're still them.
Yeah.
And they evolve.
Yeah. You can tell on Clutch, you can tell his singing style changes.
Yeah.
But it had to. Because the way he sang in the beginning,
his voice
is more, from his throat. And then you can tell that he changes from album to album. I mean, now almost every album he sings the same. But it's because he
learned how to sing.
Learned how to do it.
Yeah.
He never would have made it. They never would have made it this far if he sang the way he sang in the beginning. I
forget the singer of Clutch's name.
Neil Fallon.
I'm gonna fuck that up. I guarantee it.
Oh, you call him Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah. Guarantee I'm gonna fuck it up.
But that's my Life of Agony.
Yeah, Life of Agony. One of those bands you can't really rag on because I don't rag on them because they've been there forever. The style's out there. Mm-hmm. The style's their style, and it's just good.
And this first
song
album
is killer.
Don't get me wrong. I like the albums after this, but this album.
This is what did it.
Shit, this album.
This is the kick in the face that started. Hey, I gotta listen to this.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that we don't get to. We'll probably end up getting more Life of Agony songs on here. Mm-hmm. It's gonna come along the way.
Oh yeah.
And now we're gonna talk about Testament.
Yes.
It's my favorite subject. This is Practice What You Preach from the album Practice What You Preach.
By the way, slowly make it. I've listened. I remember back when Columbia House did penny CDs. This was one of the
you tell him your name is something different and get 30 CDs for a penny.
What album was it? Souls
of Black.
Is that the album? I know the song.
Yes.
Was it the album also?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's the one I got for a penny. Uh-huh. And I know that song, and I loved that song. I think I loved that album, but I never got into them. And now the more you put on here, I'm like, you know what?
I think I need to listen.
I gotta give myself a little more testament.
Practice What You Preach is one of those albums.
Yeah.
It's just straight up Bay Area thrash.
They have a very cool sound.
They do, and it's Bay Area thrash.
Like when I put this on, when I play, I was like, it gave, I don't know, it made me feel warm. Is that? I know. God,
my brain went. Did you piss yourself?
Not wet this time. Warm.
Ew, warm and wet. Like you actually pissed yourself. Oh, you tinkle freak.
But yeah, it's a very I don't know if I would say soothing. Maybe in my own way, it's soothing.
I find Testament to be very.
It's like inviting. I don't know.
Affirming.
Yeah, it's comforting to me when I hear it now. That the sound is it's comforting.
Yeah,
it's
I don't know what that was. I hope it did. I hope the mic and the cameras did not pick that up.
They definitely did. They definitely did because I heard that in my ears.
Oh God. Now I'm worried.
What was that?
I don't know. It was out in the street.
Yeah.
It better have been out in the street. Start going downstairs. Have to hammer somebody. This album was just perfect.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss. You know what
now,
I mean?
why did you?
Oh, you get to say warm and wet, and I don't get to say chef's kiss?
No.
You did it. I did. It's perfect. Testament. Okay, I will give you every album up until Low, including Low. Awesome.
Okay.
The next ones are acquired tastes.
When did Low come out? Was it? It's the 90s?
94, 95.
Oh, okay.
It was later. It was later in their progression, and then the change to Demonic. Their album Demonic is rough.
Hard. Oh.
It's rough for someone who's a Testament fan.
Yeah.
If you're not into death metal, you're not gonna like.
Wait, is this the one where you said they changed because he had the surgery?
He didn't have surgery. He had throat cancer.
Oh, okay.
And he was going through treatment, so his voice.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Is all gravel.
Right.
He still did it.
But you said even so, it's still good, right?
It's very good.
Yeah.
And then.
But it's a style change.
It's a very big style change. The Gathering is still a little bit along those lines, but coming back towards thrash. And then after that, the formation of Damnation and Native Blood and these other albums that have come since are very much. Titans of Creation is the most recent one. They are straight up thrash again. And they are amazing. His voice is as powerful as ever. They have one of the best lead guitarists I've ever heard. Yeah. Alex Skolnick. Most people don't recognize him as being the amazing guitarist he is, but he's amazing. He has two bands that he's working with constantly. He has Testament and the Alex Skolnick Trio, the jazz trio.
Oh, that's cool.
And I've said this before, my cocktail hour at my wedding was their entire album. Yeah. Playing jazz standard versions of rock and metal songs.
That's cool.
Including War Pigs by Black Sabbath and Detroit Rock City by Kiss. The only Kiss song I'll listen to. Yeah. In the only format I'll listen to it, by a jazz band. Because fuck Kiss.
I watched a Kiss TV show yesterday.
I don't know where this is going.
On purpose. No, I just want to tell you. Because it was on. And because the funny thing is it was Metallica. It was an hour-long, it's on this channel called Reels. Okay. So it was hour-long shows. The first one was Metallica, and it was like the three songs that, define Metallica. Okay. Which was one.
Agreed.
One, Enter Sandman.
Agreed.
And the Saint Anger.
No. Better? Is it for better or worse?
Yeah. It wasn't.
Because that's worse.
Yeah. And then the next one was Judas Priest.
Breaking the Law.
Yeah.
Hellbent for Leather.
No.
Really?
I forget what the other two are because I was doing stuff, but it was on. Okay. And then the last one was Kiss, and I left it on. It was an interesting story. Okay. I wasn't listening to Kiss. It was the story of Kiss. I can listen to a story of Kiss. Yeah. Unfortunately, I had to see Gene Simmons.
A bunch of New York Jewish guys who dressed up like clowns to get pussy.
Yeah. And then I forget, one of the songs was I don't know Kiss very well, but it was the song that they took the makeup off for. I forget what song it was.
We'll hear in a couple of days when Mike tells us.
Yeah, somebody.
Mike will tell us.
Yeah,
because he knows. Mike is a huge Kiss fan.
I can't.
My friend Tony's a huge Kiss fan.
I have so many Kiss fans in my.
You said bloodline.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna.
No, I can't. I can't do it.
They have their place in rock and roll history.
Yeah.
They have their place in music history. I get it. I don't like them as people. I don't like them as musicians. I will say this: Mike loves their. I don't know if he was their original drummer. Eric Carr.
I don't know. They said it yesterday, and I don't remember.
Before Peter Criss.
Yeah.
Peter Criss too. He likes Peter Criss. I get it.
I like Ruth Chris.
The steakhouse. I'm so fat. Why would you say that?
Because I knew. Because I knew it would change the subject.
Fucking piece of shit.
Kiss. We're gonna talk about steak now. That was my Paul Stanley, by the way.
That was just as terrible as Paul Stanley and his fucking Cheeto ear.
And I totally just did something that people are gonna watch.
I don't know what the hell that was.
I don't know what that was.
Oh, I'm so glad people are gonna see that. Oh, I'm so glad.
Why?
I don't know why you did it. I don't know why you did it, but I'm glad you did.
I did little fingers.
You're pinching somebody's nipples. Diddle, 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 diddle. You dirty fuck. Oh, you're an idiot. I love it.
Oh, God.
Anyway, Testament practice what you preach is amazing. Fuck Kiss right now. In general.
Yeah.
Now we're going to talk about Murphy's Law.
Yes.
From the album Murphy's Law. And this is the song Care Bear.
Yes.
I did not like this song. And I'm sorry.
Don't care.
I know. I'm not. But here's the thing. I didn't like it, but I'm not shitting on it.
Yeah.
It's not that I hated it.
Now, let me tell you something about Murphy's Law,
I want
right?
you to teach me.
Murphy's Law is, they've been around since 1982. Astoria, Queens, still live there. Well, Jimmy does. Basically, if I'm correct, I gotta look this up. I'm pretty sure he's the only one left.
I think I've met some of these guys.
I'm almost positive you've run into Jimmy somewhere. Because he's a New York guy. He's everywhere.
I mean, like,
I've met him.
I might have met these guys at Roxy.
They used to practice at Roxy.
So I probably
Murphy's Law has practiced at Roxy.
Mike's gonna yell at me that I don't remember these guys' faces.
Right. So
my memory shot.
They are a hardcore band that they dabbled in ska. They have ska songs. They have the funniest thing is everybody used to laugh at me because I've been in Con Ed so long that I don't smoke pot but all they talk about is drinking and smoking pot. And everybody's like, you don't smoke pot and you listen to Murphy's Law? And I'm like, I love them. I've seen Murphy's Law probably, probably not, no, but people are probably caught up because I haven't seen him in probably, Jesus Christ, over 10 years. But me and Mary Jane used to go to the Murphy's Law shows all the time. This is the one where I told you she got pulled, Jimmy Gestapo and Vinny Stigma took her backstage and then
Such weird names.
Huh?
Such weird names.
Yeah, well, it's
I know.
It's what it is. Yeah, and then she was hanging out down, and she told, can I get my boyfriend and his friend? And she came up and she was like, come on down. And I was there to see Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
And then she, me and my friend Pete are standing in the doorway, and there's Jimmy Gestapo, my wife, my girlfriend at the time, Mary Jane, and Vinny Stigma sitting on the other side of her. And they're going, come on, sit down, this and that. And me and Pete are like my jaw's on the floor. Right? So we hang out, sitting down, we're talking, nicest guys, hanging out. And then we get in the car, and I'll never forget, Pete jumps up from the middle, and he goes, do you know, to Mary Jane, do you know who your friend Vinny is? She's like, oh, no, he's a cool guy. He's like, Vinny Stigma from Agnostic Front. He's a godfather of hardcore. And I'll tell you what, I think I've said this before.
Still haven't heard Agnostic Front, sorry.
Yeah.
Working on it.
But we run into Vinny every once in a while in the city. We've seen him on a boat show one time. He was there when I got my tattoo from Lost Fredrickson.
Yes.
He sat outside with Mary Jane while I was in there. He got her. She always laughs at it. What do you want? He goes, he made him get a table and a chair so she could sit down. What do you want? You want a little cappuccino? A little, because he's an old school Italian New Yorker.
I can't say old world because they're new. They're the new world, but the old school.
Yes, old school. If you bring up old school New York Italian, it's him. It's
not Brooklyn.
No, Lower East Side.
Yeah. Almost the Little Italy.
Yeah.
Because that's a different world than Brooklyn Italian.
He still lives down there, Vinny.
Wow.
Still does. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Just how he's been able to survive in the city.
But the funny thing, always remembers us. Always the nicest guy, and wants to hang.
That's great.
Legitimately enjoys hanging out with people.
You're gonna make me go back through this and listen to it again. Like, not you're gonna make me.
But this is Jimmy. Jimmy's a nice guy too. I've met Jimmy a million times. You know, drank with him and stuff like that. You know, like, at a show, like he's at the bar and I'll have a shot with him and whatnot. But this song, the reason why I put this song on there, is because I have never seen a mosh pit like I've seen to this song. It was, I forget where we were. It might have been the Bowery Electric. It might have been, it might have been the Bowery Electric. This song came on, and you know the ending part? They extend that with a, right?
Yeah.
The place went bananas. I mean, tearing down like light fixtures and me and Mary Jane,
That's scary.
Like holy crap, it went nuts. So that's why this is on my old man mosh pit.
Yeah, it
because
deserves
this
to be
is
there.
This is
But that I just didn't get the song itself.
yeah. Well, they're a little silly too. They don't take themselves seriously,
Which bands are very
right?
big on for some reason.
Especially in the hardcore scene.
Oh, guys.
So
We used to, in the early 2000s, we used to have a joke about Queen's hardcore guys
Mm-hmm.
being the guys who would start fights for no reason.
Right.
And that was me talking.
yeah.
That was not good.
But these guys, I mean, always fun to see. And like I said, this song, one of the craziest mosh pits I've ever seen.
That makes me want to go back and reevaluate it.
Yeah.
Just
Just
to
a
see
song.
what
Listen to the album.
I probably will. I'll probably grab the whole thing and just.
You have to listen to this. The two greatest. They don't come out with many albums. They were supposed to come out with an album in 2020, but it still hasn't come out.
Okay, they're probably.
I'm almost positive it's recorded too. But they don't come out with albums very often. They haven't come out with an album since I don't know when that one album came out, but I had to look it up. But yeah, they play the same songs over and over again. That's why I think people love it. It's
not nostalgia,
but you know what you're gonna hear.
you know what to expect, and what you expect is what you get.
And you're not gonna go there and go, oh, they're playing the new song, you know. And even the funniest thing, the last album are now. It's been so long since they've had an album out that those are the old songs now.
Yeah.
Even though it's the most recent album.
It's in everybody's collection.
Right.
Everyone's used to it.
Right. So yeah,
Touring new stuff has got to be difficult.
But listen to this album and Back with a Bong.
Okay.
Those are the first two albums.
Really?
That's this. Yeah.
I
Murphy's
guess
Law
it's
and Back
their
with a
style.
Bong. Huh?
It's their style. I get it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the next Pantera song.
Yeah.
In our list of Pantera songs.
Yeah.
This is Domination from Cowboys from Hell. Mm-hmm. God, I love this song.
It's, you know what, the thing of, yeah, this is, what does he yell out in the beginning? Farts stink like a motherfucker?
I think so.
Is that what he's?
So, the reason I picked this is because of the Monsters of Rock Festival in Russia.
Yeah.
When they did the first real concert in Russia, and they were going crazy on stage, and the entire crowd was jumping.
I remember that. Yeah.
I had never seen a mosh pit like that.
That was huge.
Ever. That was gigantic.
Yeah.
And that was really the first time we'd seen Russia. And the military in the front and the people going crazy in the back.
Yeah.
That was insane. And that was Pantera. That was the definition of what Pantera was. It was just everyone was into it. Nobody was fighting.
Yeah.
They were just all whipping around
circle,
together.
yeah.
It was just and it was the old school circuit.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going. And it was amazing.
And the song itself is just.
I actually know how to play the song. I learned how to play this. I joined a Pantera cover band very shortly called Anger Strength.
Okay.
And I got to play with them in studio. Never ended up getting to do shows because I had to drop out.
Yeah.
Got into X-ray school, couldn't do it.
Right. So basically, your X-ray school fucking ruined your musical career.
No. Actually, I was in two bands after that. I was in two bands after I got out of X-ray school. X-ray school made focusing on life more important than,
of course,
going to the studio and playing Domination and Message in Blood.
Yeah.
I fucking love that song.
So do I. I just played it in my head just now.
I love it. But this song, Domination, is one of those songs. It's just pure energy. It's just constant. It's just somebody beating you in the face over and over again.
Yeah.
I think I saw. This is the song where there's a video of Dime breaking his guitar.
Yeah.
Where he snaps the headstock off his guitar while he's moving. He hits it against the amp.
Right.
And it falls right off. But it's now dangling.
Yeah.
Because he has the locking tuners.
Yeah.
So the guitar's still in tune. And he's still playing.
Oh, it's still... Yeah,
it's this side.
Yeah.
It's dangling, and he's still playing.
Yeah.
But the headstock's swinging. Mm-hmm. And he's just looking at it laughing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My most famous. My Pantera mosh story is I saw them. They were at, I want to say it was Roseland, and I was in the pit the whole night, having fun, this and that. Right, I jump out of the pit. I think it was like during the before the encore, and the encore was Cowboys from Hell. So I go back by the bar. I grab a drink, and they come out and they start the Cowboys from Hell riff, and I run into the pit, and I immediately get kicked right in the fucking knee, and buckle and fall to the floor.
There's no recovering from
Yeah,
that.
so I had to be dragged out, and it wasn't bad. I mean, it hurt at the time,
Yeah.
and I was not going back in, but I made it the whole show. And just on the encore song, I get kicked right in the knee. I was like, "Ay!"
Yeah, and a knee kick will drop you like a sack of
And
bricks.
I think to this day, I was back by the bar having a beer, and I put the beer down, and I was like, I got to get back in there, because I was that guy, and
You're not that guy to run into the pit, but we said this the last time we were at a concert. You want to be standing.
Yes.
Which is funny to me because it's because I'm fat and lazy. I don't want to stand.
No, I don't feel like I'm part of the show if I'm not
I get that.
standing. I don't like rock concerts where I'm sitting, where there's seats. It's not a rock concert to me. You know?
I can't imagine death metal like that, but I've sat and watched a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Not even specifically.
I told you we had seats for Dropkick Murphys, and I wanted to rip my hair out.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine listening to Dropkick Murphys.
Well, because even when you stand, you're in an aisle. There's nowhere to move. It's awful.
It's terrible. It's bad planning.
Yeah.
Pantera is not one of those things you can watch sitting down.
No.
I saw them at Ozfest. I wasn't sitting down, and we were in the handicap seats. Mm-hmm. Handicap lawn.
Yeah.
3 folding chairs.
Where was that?
That was PNC.
PNC. Yes,
Yep.
I saw Ozfest at PNC one
Godsmack,
time.
Pantera, and Ozzy.
Yeah. I don't remember. I saw at PNC. I saw Megadeth. Tool, I think, was on that one.
That was at an Ozfest?
Yeah.
I don't remember Tool playing Ozfest.
Yeah.
Might have been one of the years I couldn't go or I didn't.
I think it was Megadeth, Tool, and I don't remember who else, but that was a good one. Tool was weird.
Tool is always weird.
I love Tool, but seeing them live was weird.
Yeah, no, they're odd, and
James took his clothes off as he was.
he gets progressively more naked.
Yeah.
He told me about that.
And totally sang with his back to the crowd the whole time. I was, what the fuck? Anyway.
Strange. Anyway, now we're gonna move on to something I forgot existed.
Really? Forgot existed the band or this album?
The band.
Really?
Yeah.
Because this is a band that I am the singer. I'm compared to when I sing.
Okay. I get that. And I'm not making fun of them.
Yeah.
It's just I forgot they like.
Yeah.
I remember hearing this
Well,
song.
because it's funny is that they have one hit song.
And a cover. Did they cover?
I don't know. Offhand, I don't remember.
I think they covered somebody and got a lot of notoriety for
Which
it.
one?
I think they covered "Army of Me."
Oh, I don't know. Oh, and they had a song on. Well, let's say who it is first.
This is Helmet from the album Betty.
Right.
This is the song Milk Toast.
Yes. This album, again, because they changed what they sounded like for this album. Their first album, Meantime, was heavy.
Heavy.
Well, you don't remember Unsung? No?
Nope.
That was their hit, Unsung, and then their second release was In the Meantime, which was the song.
I heard this song and In the Meantime.
Really? Okay. So In the Meantime was from their first album.
Which is unfortunately why
you never heard Unsung?
No.
You definitely have. You just don't know it was that.
Probably. We'll check it after.
Yeah, but so I enjoyed this album more because it was different. You know, it was different from their first one. Their first one was a heavy rock album. I wouldn't even call it heavy metal.
Okay.
You know,
hard rock.
Yeah, on the heavier side. Okay. But I wouldn't call it metal. Maybe I'm wrong, but I never saw it as metal.
I'm more wrrong.
Yeah,
I'm wrong more off.
And
more
these are,
than right there.
If I'm correct, I think these are New York guys also.
Are they?
Yeah, Helmet's a New York guys.
Learning new shit every day.
And but this song always caught me because it was so different from the first album that as soon as I heard it, I was like, this is it. Love Helmet. Love it.
I do love this song.
Yeah.
The reason I forgot they existed is just 'cause time went on and I forgot about them. Mm-hmm. But now that I found them again, I have to go looking.
You know what else you've probably heard them on? I think they had a Judgment Night song. Wasn't it Helmet House of Pain? Yeah.
Oh.
Just Another Victim. You're just another victim,
House
kid.
Of Pain's an instant skip.
I'm quitting this podcast right now.
Hey, you keep threatening. And every time you say it, I'm like, he's not quitting. He knows where his bread is
buttered. I have to bring
buttered.
so much stuff home. I'm lazy.
A lot of lugging.
I'm lazy. But yeah, Helmet has been, and I wouldn't. Old Man Moshpit. It's hard for me to even understand why because, well, it is easy for me to understand why. This album came out in like 1995 or something like that, so it's old.
Yeah.
In my head, it came out like 2 years ago, but
it's always the feeling.
Right. But that's my take on the helmet. The helmet. Look at you, I knew it.
Bet is the take on the helmet. Ugh, you motherfucker. So, there's not much to say. It's really good. I'm gonna have to go back and start listening to other Helmet to see if I like it.
You can listen to my Helmet.
Oh, it says, oh, I'm so sad.
Anyway, go to your next one, because I'm gonna punch you.
So you're gonna punch me for this?
Yeah.
Really? For Lamb of God?
I'm not a Lamb of God.
I know you're not a Lamb of God fan.
I'm more of a Burn the Priest fan.
Are you really? No, you're not.
No.
You fucking liar. So this is from 2003. This is A Devil in God's Country from the album As the Palaces Burn.
It's decent. I don't like Lamb of God.
I get it. The reason I picked this is, one, this is, as of this year, is 20 years old.
Is it?
2003.
Fuck.
So, this song was one of the first songs I heard them play.
Okay.
It is not the one I'm the most excited about all the time.
Right.
But seeing these guys live, when they invoke the Wall of Death.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what the Wall of Death is?
Yes, I do.
They divide it down the middle.
Yes. Oh, I've seen it.
It's like the Civil War every fucking time.
I saw. I think I brought it up. I saw it at Warped Tour, and I was amazed that people weren't dead.
Yeah, I know. Full speed.
Yeah.
People just come together. It's just two groups of people
smashing into each other. Yeah.
We used to call that war. Now it's called moshing.
Yeah.
But yeah, these guys, I mean, that lineup was brutal. Mm-hmm. The current lineup's also brutal, but with their original drummer, he's amazing.
Yeah.
And now I don't know if he's still playing for Megadeth, but he was playing for Megadeth.
Okay.
And yeah, brutal.
Yeah.
Absolutely brutal. Randy's voice, pure gravel.
I like Randy as a person. Like he seems like a cool dude.
Yeah.
You know? And didn't he have correct me if I'm wrong, was it him or the band was accused of like murder or something like that?
He was accused of murder in Prague, Czech Republic.
Because somebody died at the show.
Somebody died.
Not like he killed them.
Well, he was the guy got up on stage and came at him. He pushed the guy away.
Right.
And the guy went off the stage and hit his head on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Guy went home and I don't even know if he made it home, but he died.
Yeah.
They were long after they were out of the country.
Yeah.
They were charged and accused of murder.
Yeah.
And he returned and faced those charges and went to jail in the Czech Republic and waited trial. It's the most metal thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, right.
This is a guy who's like, he could have just stayed out of the country.
Right,
Nobody was coming
back
for him.
Yeah.
He could have let the lawyers handle it, but he went to jail and stood in front of a judge. Didn't try to post bail. Didn't try to do any of that. Didn't ask for anything.
Yeah.
Just had translation and went to trial, and he was found not guilty.
Yeah.
he could have gone to jail or even had the death penalty.
Yeah.
He was really looking death in the face.
Yeah.
And the next album they put out after that, you can feel it.
Yeah.
The energy of, I almost fucking died was there.
Yeah.
You know, he knew he wasn't fucking around. And the fact that he went and, I wouldn't say faced the music, but, you know, owned up to what happened and said, you know, this was an accident. The security shouldn't have let anybody on the stage.
Yeah.
This is a failure all around.
Right.
The fact that he went and stood up and said that is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of respect for Randy Blythe.
Yeah.
Just for that.
Yeah.
But as a I love these guys.
Yeah.
I really do.
I got to give it more of a listen. Like it just doesn't catch me. I don't know why.
Chris and Willie Adler. Willie on guitar, Chris on drums. I forget the other guitarist's name. John Campbell on bass, and Randy Blythe on vocals.
Yeah.
These guys have been doing this now over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
They are, and they did pick a better name than Burn the Priest. Their original name was Burn the Priest. They changed their name to Lamb of God.
Yeah.
Still not.
Listen,
I'll call it Walmart friendly.
Yeah. No, but you're getting nowhere with Burn the Priest.
No, you're getting nowhere.
Right.
Lamb of God, you're getting closer.
Yeah.
And they actually make fun of it in one of their videos.
Well, Lamb of God, at least, you know.
It sounds positive.
You could, maybe you could, you know, trick a couple of Christians into listening.
Well, that's actually one of the things. One of their first videos is it's like, oh, we're going to welcome to our congregation the band Lamb of God. And it's these guys in front of a, like, little storefront Hispanic church. Yeah. And they perform their song in front of the congregation. Yeah. Which is funny. Yeah. Because, like, oh, the Lamb of God. And they're introduced in Spanish. Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah. And then just this level of evil. So, yeah, not much to say. I know you don't like them, but I felt like the old man mosh pit.
No, absolutely. And listen, I'll don't stop putting them on because there may be a song that catches me. And I'm like, oh, shit.
I also thought, like, you might like this one because of the rhythms.
Yeah.
It's really interesting kind of play on rhythms.
Yeah.
And now we're going to talk about the double up. Yeah. This is Exodus from the album Fabulous Disaster, Toxic Waltz.
Listen, if there was ever a song for an old man mosh pit.
Oh, this is the oldest of old man mosh
pits. This explains it.
Yeah.
It's the Toxic Waltz. I mean,
so we never really explained.
Thank God that didn't stick.
To the non-heavy metal community, a lot of people don't understand what mosh pitting is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think
beating people up,
beating each other up, and a lot of people don't understand that it came from slam dancing. Yeah, with the punks, they bounce around and they bump into each other, and it was you were showing how much you love the music. Yeah,
I've had and you know what's funny is I can't tell you how many laughs I've had in a mosh pit with people that I don't know.
I've never once laughed in a mosh pit.
Really?
Because I know I'm going to get my fucking
I've had so much fun in a mosh pit. But like you know what? We've been in two different kind of mosh pits. I've been in Murphy's Law's mosh pits where it goes from straight up a hardcore mosh pit to where you're laughing and dancing with the guy next to you. You know?
Not a lot of dancing in the mosh pits I've been in.
Yeah, no, I've been in
a lot of wheel kicks and fucking spins.
Oh yeah. But that's the funny thing about how
covering your face when you're on.
Yeah, how different there are. Yeah, there's and then there's the crowd killers that just go in there to fucking hurt people. Yeah. And it's so stupid. It's gotten crazy.
Remember the bandana guy? There was always a guy with a bandana over his face so you couldn't see who he was.
Yeah. Yeah.
You knew he was going to start shit.
Right. And I would just leave. You know? Yeah.
Let him wheel kick his way across the room.
Right.
Or some giant that was standing along the edge would punch him in the mouth and knock him out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Normally we don't address the audience. I usually don't choke yourself. Whatever. Yeah. We make those jokes. I'm going to address the audience. For every big guy who stood on the edge of a mosh pit to contain it, I salute you.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
You've never done it? You've never stood there with your arm up?
I have.
With the girls behind you and stuff? Because the girls want to enjoy it?
But the human 6'2" wall that does it?
Oh, yeah.
And then if somebody gets too close, they just swat at them?
Yeah.
Those guys they're doing the Lord's work. Yeah. they're saving the little people. I'm not a big dude. I'm only 5'8". You're 5'7". We're of a similar height. They're protecting everyone like 5'6", 5. I'll say 5'10" and under. Yeah. Like these giants just nope.
Yeah.
Just swatting people away.
So yeah. But I've had.
I got a big broad back, so I used to just turn my back to the pit and just If you hit me, you hit me. Don't hit me in the back of the neck. We're good.
I always put my arm up like this, and I would just push them back in, you know? Because there are people who are right on the edge of the mosh pit who are trying to watch the show. And most of the time, unfortunately, it's young, girls who just want to be part of the fucking show.
Yep.
You know?
And they shouldn't
and
be
I've
unsafe.
seen girls get punched in the like, dude, what are you doing?
It's like that's
what are you doing? Does that make you feel like a fucking man?
I won't even say girls. I've seen smaller people get hit in the face just because they're in the vicinity.
Right.
And that you're headhunting.
Right.
That's not fucking cool.
Right. And that's all, like you said, like recently.
And very unmetal of people.
Yeah.
I know that sounds stupid, but everyone thinks metal's violence. It's family.
Yeah.
It's you treat each other with respect. You disrespect your surroundings, but you respect each other.
I always remember when someone would fall, guys, everybody stop, and everybody would push them and help them up.
And then there was that one day that went away.
Yeah, I know.
And so all of a sudden it became trampling.
Yeah.
I hated that shit. But Exodus lost their guitarist to Metallica.
Yeah.
They lost Kirk Hammett. Their singer Paul Baloff died 90s.
Yeah.
Replaced, I can't remember the guy's name. Rob Dukes was there for a little while, and then he left, and now they have Steve Zetro Souza.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to remember his name. He's pure shreddy gravel voice.
Yeah,
This is the most information I've ever given about Exodus ever.
The first crowd surf I've ever done was at an Exodus creator show.
I want you to fucking look me dead
about
in the eyes
10 years
and
ago.
ask me when the fuck I've ever crowd surfed.
I know. I never have until then, and I don't know why I did it, but it just felt right.
What Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom moment does somebody need for me to crowd surf?
The boulder to be tossed around. The boulder from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh God, just a big meatball getting rolled around.
Yeah, but I've have never done it before then. I never did it since. But I just felt the need. I don't know why.
I want to throw a reference out there. You're not going to get this reference.
Okay.
It's like playing Katamari Damacy.
You're right.
You don't get this reference.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's a video game.
Okay.
You roll a ball around, collecting stuff.
Okay.
Stuff sticks to it.
Yeah.
And you have to make it big enough.
Okay.
It's a long, complicated story. King of the Cosmos gets drunk, loses all his shit.
Yeah.
You have to help him make new stars. You're collecting stuff. When it gets big enough, he launches it in the sky and it becomes a star. So you roll this big thing around collecting stuff.
What kind of drugs was this person on who made this?
Video games, all the drugs.
Yeah.
If you think video games weren't made by junkies and weirdos, you're wrong. Pac-Man, he's swallowing pills to get rid of the ghosts. Yeah. Oh, there is a Franz Kafka-esque explanation of what Pac-Man is.
Yeah.
It is terrifying.
Oh, yeah?
I will show it to you later.
Okay.
It will ruin your fucking life.
Oh, please, I want to see that now.
It'll ruin your perspective on Pac-Man.
Yeah.
The least entertaining of video games becomes horrifying.
Cool.
I will show it to you. So we're going to go to the last song on this list. This was my replacement for Exodus.
Yes.
And this is Anthrax from the album Among the Living.
And it's, yep.
This is Caught in a Mosh.
It's the perfect way to end Old Man Moshpit. Because...
Yes. And I did not want to include this version. I wanted to include the John Bush version just to be a dick. But out of respect for the pit
give me the
and
original.
respect for you, I gave you the original.
Yeah. There's no
comparison.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have a preference for John Bush's voice.
Mm-hmm.
I was like a little Bush. I'm always gonna say it. There's no way I can stop. But Joey Belladonna knocks it out of the park with this.
Yeah. And it's Anthrax.
Yeah, this is actually
this is Anthrax. What Anthrax sounds like in my head to me.
Yes.
This
is the lineup.
Yeah.
The exception, the only member that is not with them anymore is Dan Spitz. Everyone else from this lineup is currently in the band.
Yeah.
Joey Belladonna. Oh my God, my brain just stopped.
Scott Ian. Charlie
Benante and Joey.
I don't know.
No.
What? No.
Joey Belladonna. There's a bass. Frank Bello. There it is. Frank Bello. Dan Spitz, Scott Ian, and Charlie Benante. Got it right that time. All right. You know what happens?
Huh.
My brain goes, nah, fuck you. Oh, you want to remember something?
You want to talk?
Go to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not much to say about
No,
Anthrax. Other than
I've never been to an Anthrax show. I've never seen Anthrax live.
I'm sorry.
Fuck.
I'm not shitting on you.
No.
I'm sorry. We have to remedy that next time they're around. Hopefully, it's not a stupid Big Four show.
It's just funny that like when there's bands you're supposed to see, and this is probably one of them.
Yeah, everyone says you got to see Metallica. No, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not spending $500 on a ticket.
I've seen all of them except this one.
Yeah, I've seen Slayer live. I've seen Anthrax. Testament, I've seen multiple times.
I didn't see Testament. I never seen
well, you weren't into Testament. We can hopefully change that.
I've seen Iron Maiden.
I have not seen Iron Maiden live.
What the fuck? All right.
No. Only because
still awesome, by the way. Still amazing.
Every live performance I've ever seen by them is amazing.
Yeah.
I can't knock them. Mm-hmm. Ticket pricing and the sheer number of...
You'd be fine. I bet with Iron Maiden you'd be fine.
And then the meet and greet things are bothersome to me. Like, you got to pay for meet and greets, and they're
so
expensive. No, I'm not saying, but the fact that the way they treat their fans.
Yeah.
This is something my wife is adamant about, and I agree. Like, don't fuck your fans over for money.
No. I will never. I've met a lot of people, and I've never met them at a meet and greet.
I always joke, the last meet and greet that I saw it divulged very quickly because of time constraints.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the band apologized and said, yeah, we're going to be out by our van later. See ya. Just went out by the van.
No, I've met many people, like you said, by the van, at the bar. I was at one after party for Down. I told you I met Phil Anselmo. I met Charlie from Anthrax, Peter Steele.
I had a very negative interaction with Charlie Benante at an Ozfest.
Did you?
And I
didn't speak to him I think
I caught him at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And I don't think I came up to him the right way.
Yeah.
I was super fan.
Yeah.
And he did not react well to that.
Yeah.
And
really?
For a long time I was like, fuck him. And now I'm thinking,
maybe it was me.
We were at a show. He was just there hanging out, eating a hot dog.
Right, yeah.
Here comes a guy, go, hey. I know it didn't sound like that, but in my head, hey.
Hi, buddy.
Yeah, I just can't, I can't fault him.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't like hanging out with his kids or anything. He was just hanging out. And then the guitarist from Lacuna Coil walked up behind him. Do you know who this is? And because he came up so douchey, I'm like, yeah, I fucking know who it is.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, guys, I'm sorry to interrupt. Have a good day. And I walked away.
Yeah.
And
like but why'd that guy have to say that?
I think he was being a dick.
See that? Yeah. So I would be mad at him.
Yeah, I was a little mad at Lacuna Coil. Yeah. But I don't like. But Charlie didn't have a good response from me. But I honestly feel like that was on me.
Right.
Like the way I came up to him. You
think he could have done it a little different?
A little less energy.
Just say, hey, what's up? Yeah.
Yeah. And I have done that before.
Right. Hey, what's up?
Love your band.
Yeah. Hey,
what's up?
Yeah.
And if he engaged, then you start talking.
Right.
But that obviously didn't happen. Mm-hmm. And rather than be a dick about it, I used to be like, yeah, fuck him. Now I'm like, he was just living his life.
Yeah.
Enjoy your hot dog.
Right.
Don't think about me while you're eating. Don't imagine me standing right in front of you while you eat it. Good luck.
Although, never mind.
We're fucking weird.
I know.
We're weird. We're old.
Yeah.
The pit was fun when it was fun.
Yeah.
Now it's scary to me. I'm that age where the idea of getting into a pit sounds like I'm gonna break something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get something knocked out of my face, or I'm gonna have my phone knocked out of my hand.
Yeah, like I told you, the last pit I was in was just before the pandemic.
That wasn't that long ago. It was long ago, but not
dude, that was 4 years ago.
Yeah. 4 years is not that long in our lifespans. I'm trying to be nice.
At our age?
At our age, no. It's
from
actually
42 to 46.
Yeah, that's not that long.
Wait till you're 46, you 42-year-old bastard.
Okay. I have a 6-year-old. That 6-year-old, he was born last month. It's fast. Yeah. When we're
how did your body feel in that?
I feel like
6 months.
I feel like an old piece of shit either way. I felt like an old piece of shit since I was 25. I've been fat my whole life. Never gotten easier. I'm going to say this. We understand time based on what we have. Mm-hmm. So a little kid, the school drags on forever, and the summer is also long because that's all the time you have. That you don't have all these years.
Yeah, go ahead.
So as you get older, summers fly by, and the winters last forever, and then every year they just fly.
It's like a fucking snowball.
Yeah. And because of the momentum of time, you're looking, and all the time behind you now makes your life look that much longer. Mm-hmm. And it gets weird. Mm-hmm. Our perception of time is based on what we have of it. Uh-huh. So as we get older, it gets stranger. And we think, like, yeah, that was only like 2 years ago. No, that was a decade.
Yeah.
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 Oh, that was 1999. Oh, there's 6? No.
I look at my 10-year-old. I look at pictures of him when he was a baby, and I'm like, that was fucking yesterday.
Yeah.
No, that was a fucking decade ago, dude.
Talking about working at Roxy with Joe, and we were talking about when it was. I'm like, yeah, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where has life gone? Mm-hmm. Well, life has gone pretty far for me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it happened like that. It's a snap of the fingers.
So here we are talking about old shit during the fucking old man Moshpit fucking episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that.
Oh my God.
What?
Nothing. No. I'm just talking out loud, and I'm thinking of the episode art already. I need a picture of both of us. Oh God. That's all I gotta say.
Just super aged.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh yeah.
I have one. I think I have one already made.
What?
I have an old man picture
Of yourself? How?
Aging
I just drooled.
That's not new.
Yeah.
You want some applesauce? Old fuck. I'm right there with you. No, I played with one of those age yourself apps a while ago. So I look like my dad.
Oh my God, I think I did.
Yeah.
I look like my dad too. And now that I think okay.
I look like my dad, slightly more hair. My dad, lost it a long time ago. Not that I'm much better. It's running away from my face at a rapid speed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing the Lex Luthor, King Kong Bundy in my case because I'm fat.
King Kong Bundy. You're gonna eat the fucking
butterball.
The turnbuckle. You're gonna eat it.
Oh, that was George the Animal Steel.
Oh, that was George the Animal Steel.
King Kong Bundy, I think, did the same thing at one point.
Did he? King Kong Bundy? Oh no, King Kong Bundy. I remember. Yeah.
He looked like a big smooth baby.
He looked like a big smooth ape.
Yeah.
He had the sloped. In my memory here, he has the sloped brow and.
He's dead. He can't come after you. It's all right.
Yeah.
We can talk shit about.
I could run away from him anyway.
You'd be shocked with those big guys, those big wrestlers. Oh my God! You ever see them? All of a sudden, they're like 2 feet away from somebody. They close the gap like a gorilla at the zoo. Scary. All right. Anyway, I'm still working on figuring out a new Instagram name.
Yeah.
You are?
I'm Nugs29.
We have the website, hitthestagepodcast.com.
Yeah.
We have Instagram, Hit the Stage Podcast.
Yeah.
You can find us wherever you get your podcast from. If you're listening to this, you probably found it. I don't know how we are advertising at the end of our podcast.
Just and anybody you know, just grab their phone and just put our podcast in there.
Subscribe, give us 5 stars.
Yeah.
Don't unlock it with your penis.
I thought what? I tell
the fingerprint unlock.
I tell people about our podcast, and they're like, "Oh yeah, how do I get it?" I'm like, "Just give me your phone." I just put it. I hit just subscribe.
One of the guys at work is like, "Show me how to get your podcast." I'm like, "Put your phone down."
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I go subscribe and gave myself 5 stars.
Yeah.
By the way,
Thanks.
You should see what I do to an Uber driver. So until next time, take care of each other. Take care of yourselves.
Hail Halford.
Hail Halford. Have a good one.